Hey everybody, welcome to another exciting episode of Detuned. Tonight we have a great show lined up for you. We're not gonna do anything because this thing ain't even on. Or plugged in. Great. You know, by now, you'd think I would learn to read the script. Excuse me. All right. Now, where was I? Hey guys, welcome to the first episode of Detuned. Where do we start? I mean, technically, this is episode 1, not 2, 1. Back, and it's been years. Granted, it's a different form of Detuned, so, I mean, could it be episode 1 billion? Who knows? Who's keeping count? Not me. Anyway, I figure the best way to do it is to just go with it. So, for the consideration of the Midnight Society, What do you mean wrong series? What do you mean several decades old? I'm not that. Then why did I bring this giant bag of white powder? No, that's not booger sugar and it's not fun for later. It's the stuff that you throw in the fire and it goes whoosh. Well, yeah, I guess you're right. They wouldn't like it if we set the place on fire. Okay, fine. I was. It was the devil's birthday down in Cambodia, and I was hopped up on some jungle mushrooms. Me and the crew, we were gonna get out of that white powder. I told you. I'm gonna tell you about something that took place way back before the original Detuned radio show was even thought of. Now, going through our lives and just living and going through the day-to-day motions, we experience some excitement, some fun, some terror every now and then. None of us really expect to get carjacked, but that is exactly what happened. And I'm going to tell you all about it. It is crazy. You are not going to believe it because, well, you're going to believe it because I'm telling you, but just the circumstances surrounding this crap is just beyond thought. It started with when I got off work one night and I decided to head over to my friend's house. And I'm visiting him, and before I knew it, time had gotten away. And we decided to call it a night, and I'm headed upstairs. And my friend and I, we come across his roommate's friend. And his roommate's friend's kind of stumbling around, which it's not as quiet as you would think, to be at this time. It's around 4:30, 5 o'clock in the morning. It sounds like a herd of rhinoceroses trying to gang rape an ostrich. It was just terrible. And it's because this guy was huge. He wasn't fat by any means. He was just like roided out Crack Lesnar. And Crack Lesnar for a reason. But I mean, he was like this. Had to turn sideways to walk through the door, like I said. And just, he's stumbling around the house. And he was bothering the roommate trying to get a ride home. Well, we made the mistake at that time of trying to wrap up. And, part ways, catch you later and all that stuff. Well, this guy comes up and he's like, Hey, man, hey, can one of you guys give me a ride home? So Josh rolls his eyes, and I'm like, all right. So we start heading out. I figure, I give him a ride home on my way back because I got to go downtown and everything. And Josh is like, no, I'll take him. But the way he rolled his eyes, and he was kind of acting kind of standoffish, I was like, you know what? I'll be a good friend. I'll come with you, man. And we're getting inside of this little two-door hatchback Ford Focus from the mid-2000s. It's so damn small, you'd have to use a can opener to get any more space in this thing. So I get in the back seat. Back seat's good because I feel a little bit safer because I don't know this guy. He gets in the front seat and promptly scoots the chair back, just slamming against my shins and like squishing me. So I'm like curled up in the fetal position almost. Strap my seatbelt in and off we go. Where do you need to go? He mentions a place a few towns over. It's about a 30-minute drive. We live in the middle of nowhere, so we're used to driving. Anywhere we need to go. Hell, where I grew up, I was 30 minutes from 3 Walmarts. It's crazy. We go on the way. We're just cruising on, and this guy will not shut the hell up. I mean, he's carrying on about hard times that he's went through and everything. Right now, he's putting me through a hard time, listening to his dumb ass and his dumb ass drunk stories. So he's like carrying on just like, yeah, we used to eat sandwiches all the time, nothing but 2 pieces of bread. Nom, nom, nom. Used to call them wish sandwiches because I wish they had some meat between them. And I'm just thinking, I wish you'd shut the hell up. Going on and on. We reached the town that we're supposed to drop him off in. We're like, okay, so where do you need to go? Oh, just go on, go on. We're on the interstate by this time. Okay. We pass it. Josh is looking up in the mirror at me. I see his eyes, just beetling. Okay, what's going on here? I'm starting to feel a little bit apprehensive. Don't think anything of it. Oh, it's a little bit further. Pass another exit. Was that it? No, it's on down. It's on down. Anyway, blah, 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 blah. So we're passing exits left and right. It's like, okay, where does this guy live? Like, we need to get off somewhere if he lives in the back roads. Where does he live? Josh is like, hey, where do you need to go? I think Josh has a clue because he keeps looking in the mirror at me, looking a little bit worried. I'm like, what's going on? And I'm looking down on the floorboard and on the seat next to me. And I'm like, okay, just in case something's going on. Because I start getting this weird gut feeling. I noticed a bunch of old dirty clothes and stuff. I'm like, okay, I could take those, double them up, and just go up over his head and just choke his ass out. And I'm like, hell no. He'll rip me apart. So then I'm like, oh. There's those beaters Josh made. These things were made where he was working. They're made out of door impact beam. Let that just sink in for a minute. These things are made out of metal that's made to take impacts from cars. And if you know He-Man, Man-at-Arms, it looks like this giant mace. And he has 2 of these things. Just a beam, and it's handheld, but it's a beam and a big thing on the end. And like, that wasn't bad enough. No, he has jagged pieces of metal that he cut out, just welded onto it. I'm like, I could clock him upside the head with this thing, but yeah, that's not going to do any good except land me in prison. Jeez. But he keeps looking up at me, worried. And Josh is like, man, I think I need to I'll drop you off at this next exit. No, keep going. There goes exit 0. We are now crossing from Indiana into Kentucky. I'm worried because the looks keep getting more and the gut feeling just keeps going. I mentioned, well, there went the last exit, man. Where do you live? Josh is like, I need to drop you off. I'm going to turn around and drop you off. This guy's like, no, keep going, Josh. Keep going. You don't want me to Hulk out on you, man. You don't want me to Hulk out on you. I'll beat the shit out of you. You don't want me to Hulk out on you. At this point, Josh is flashing up at me like, do something. If, like, the terror in his eyes could signal in Morse code, it was, do something. Please do something. Help save us. This guy will try and destroy us, and he's probably on all sorts of drugs. The ABC of drugs. All of them. he notices Josh is flashing me those looks in the mirror, and he's like, "Don't look at him. He ain't gonna do nothing." And he looks back at me. "You're not gonna do nothing, are you?" And I'm like, "I'm cool, man. I'm just along for the ride." Whole time my mind's wandering. I go back to the clothes, the choking. Then I go back to the maces, the beaters. And I'm like, you know what? And in my head, I do the math. 1 + 1 = 2, plus this fat asshole in the car next to us, plus a couple of ass beatings with this giant metal door impact beam set. Open door, kick out, run over him. Even if it was self-defense at this point, it would be manslaughter. I don't know. Possible life. Screw that. I got stuff to live for. Mainly me. So I'm just sitting back. I'm like, dumbass. You had to go and volunteer. Yeah, I'll go with you. I'll ride with you. Pat, pat, pat. Dumbass. Dumbass me. Always getting myself into trouble. Anyway, I'm like, yeah, I'm just kicking back here, man. And he goes, about this time, like he didn't intimidate us enough because he's on something besides alcohol and basic pillology. He decides to lift his shirt up. "You don't want me to hulk out." What does hulking out have to do with the gun tucked in your waistband? That has nothing to do. Are they going to turn green and like beat us to death before they go through us and kill us? I don't think so. So at that point, we both decide to shut up and play it cool as he gives directions. The car is totally silent now. The stereo that was on in the background, turned completely down. Screw it. Don't feel like listening to music. I want to know what's going on anyway. So he starts pointing out, left here, straight here, right there. Do this, do that, do this, do that. I'm like, what the hell? Where are you taking me? To quote Dave Chappelle, it was seriously like, gun store, liquor store, liquor store, gun store. Where the hell are you taking me? So we pull into this neighborhood and we park. And he starts hitting Josh up for everything he has in his pockets. I'm like, oh shit, it's a shakedown. So I get my wallet, it's on a chain, but I get my wallet and I have $1 that my grandfather gave me. It's a silver dollar, old school. I take it and I drop it behind the seat. He can't find it. Then I take all my cash, stuff it there too. My phone, I take it and I stuff it too, because I am not letting him take anything and try and give this guy. I even stuff my bank card down there. I have things in my socks. I have things under the seat. I'm pretty much doing everything but prison suitcasing it. He takes Josh's iPod. He takes all of his cash. And I'm thinking, I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry. But he's not going to get me for that shit. I'm thinking, I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry. But he's not going to get me. So we end up, he's like, get out here. Get out. Get out. So we get out. And I'm like, I do not feel comfortable here. I know where this is. Hell no. And I love, and we are not the specific color. I'm not even going to use that for that. Screw that. I look around and I'm like, yeah, we are not the type of people to be in this particular area. So we go in because this big crack diesel, just behind us while reminding us, I could hulk out on you, I could beat your ass, I could shoot you, blah, blah, blah. Why don't you sell the gun for crack and leave us the hell alone? We go in, there's a guy just chilling on one of the 2 chairs in this completely empty room. I'm looking around. I'm like, this place is... I look around and I'm like, this place... I look around and I'm like, this place is completely bare. It's clean too. Man, there's a little table with a lamp on it and a stereo. And that old school rap that everybody knows is just kicking out of it a little bit. And I'm like, oh man, that guy goes and talks with the one guy sitting on the chair, and he shoots straight into the back. I look at Josh. Josh looks at me, and I'm like, what are we going to do? He's like, I don't know. I kind of peek around the corner, and I'm like, And I asked the guy, how long is he going to be back there? That guy's like, not too long. I'm like, damn. We could run. We could probably get in the car. Might not be able to take off. I don't know. Not going to use that. Look all the way in the back. I'm like, I don't know, because he started coming back up at the time. And I'm ashamed to say, no, you know what? I'm not ashamed to say this. All this excitement, my bladder was full. I'm like, man, I got pissed. I asked the guy, I'm like, may I use your restroom, please? Josh is looking at me like, what the hell? I'm like, I gotta piss. Leave me alone. So I go, and I notice that there's less furniture, less anything everywhere. There's not much of anything. I go into the bathroom. There's not even a shower curtain or anything, and it's completely spotless. So I pee, flush, wash my hands, put the seat down. I'm out. Well, I put the seat down, then wash my hands because I'm not a Neanderthal. And I'm out, and I come out. And by the time I come out, the guy's back. And he's shaking Josh down for more. Josh don't have any more. No money, no nothing. He looks at me, and I open up my wallet. I'm like, dude, I don't have anything. I don't even have bank cards, see?